Yo, yo, what is up, crew? And welcome back to another vlog. Oh, my day started at like 3:30 a.m. this morning, unintentionally. I will say I was able to get back to bed, take an hour nap. I actually accidentally fell asleep while I was doing my red light therapy this morning and was sitting there, laying there. Oh, let's turn that off. I was laying there this morning, and right when I was about to start my morning routine and start with my journaling and reading the Bible, I fell asleep. And it just goes to show, sometimes you gotta listen to your body and give yourself the rest that you deserve. And I'll be honest, this week, I've felt good, I've felt tired, I've felt excited, I've felt inspired. I felt a slew of different emotions, and there's a lot of motivating factors behind each one. And all of that to say, it just feels good to be on purpose. And what that means to me is to know that all the decisions that I'm making are in alignment with what I want in the future. Now, I will say, many people will get so caught up, and sorry, I'm just like opening my banana here. Some people will get so caught up in the minutia of planning for big things that they actually won't move the needle forward on what they're trying to work towards. And it's sad, I see this a lot. So many people talk about these big things they want to accomplish, and they say, yeah, I want this thing. And then it just kind of falls into the ether, and you ask them a few weeks later, hey man, any progress on that thing you mentioned? And they're like, oh no. And to me, it makes me believe, are those just words? Do you just like the way you sound when you talk? What is the thing that's keeping you from accomplishing what you just shared? Or was that really not important to you? I think it all comes back to, is what you're after really important to you, to the level that you are willing to hold yourself accountable and hold yourself to your standards? For many years, I would do just enough to get by. Now, I wouldn't neglect things. I would ensure all my bills are paid. I had extra money at the end to do fun things. However, I have to say, if I was the version that I am now then, man, I would have been so much further ahead in life than I already am. And I don't share that in a way of oh, I wish I would have done this then. There's nothing I would have changed in my journey. But in retrospect, champions use perspective and retrospective perception to see how far they've come. And what that means is, in this moment, I want you to think back about a year ago to where you were, and answer for yourself currently in this moment, have you moved the needle forward on things that you wanted to in the last year, or have things stayed the same? If you haven't moved the needle forward, then that is a clear indicator that what you are currently doing is not working, and it's time to do something different. If you have moved the needle forward, then take a look at the things that are working, double down on the things that are working, and get fucking rid of the things that are not. I see so many people spend their time doing the things that actually aren't moving the needle closer, and they wonder why they haven't fully progressed in the areas that they're looking for. Are you consistently doing feedback loops and feedback reports with yourself and giving yourself biofeedback and using data to measure, am I moving forward? Am I regressing? If not, you're just kind of shooting into the ether and living your life like you're in the wild, wild west. And I have no judgments. However, I know in this life all that I am going to have, and that comes at the coattail of doing the work and showing up consistently. And with that being said, it just feels good to be on purpose. It's a chilly morning. This morning it's about 56 degrees outside. My body feels a little achy. But I'm heading to the gym because that is one of my levers. And I'm going to do the cold plunge after. Because yesterday, after I plunged, although it was not like the ideal thing I wanted to go and get in. However, I'm holding myself to these standards that I've echoed and holding myself to the things that move the needle forward and allow me to show up at the caliber that I desire to. And man, this morning, I woke up last night, our senior dog got sick. I think he got bit by something like a spider, and he was a little sick, and it is so sad when he gets sick. So he just turned 9. It was his birthday this past weekend, and of course we did some fun things with him, took him to the beach, and he just had a great old time. But man, the senior dog, I guess last night was sick, and like he got sick on the spare bedroom's bed, and then he got sick on the area rug in the living room, and we didn't see it on the area rug. So this morning when I went to walk around and do my morning routine, yours truly stepped right in a big pile of, and I'll put an emoji right over my face right here, but I stepped onto a big pile of shit. And normally it would trigger me to start my day that way, but I took a step back, and a part of the lesson that I am embodying moving forward is to not take things so personally. I had a nasty tendency for the majority of my young adult life to take things personally. And realistically, when you take things personally, or at least when I did, I used to have a nasty habit of just like writing people off, like burning the bridge. And it really comes back to like not only holding people to my own standards, which is not fair because I am me and they are them, but it also led to me like not learning a fair conflict resolution and really understanding that it's okay to agree to disagree as long as it's not around something that is incredibly polarizing for each of you. And it took me a long time in my life to learn that, to not take things so personally. And now during this phase, I'm really working on embodying that and not taking things personally and really having a greater level of patience than I have in the past. And it feels good. Growth feels fucking good if you want it to. But with that being said, I'm running like 30 minutes late this morning, and I'm not gonna rush. I'm just gonna kind of go through the motions. I'm gonna get my workout done, and I'm gonna crush it today. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.